Well, hey y'all, today we are going to be cooking some baby back ribs on the Pit Boss grill. But first I'm going to throw together a quick little barbecue rub. Now this rub is from Myron Mixon, and he's just the barbecue king. But I'm going to use half of the recipe. So I will, in the descriptions, I'll give you the whole recipe, but I'm just going to cut it in half. And so I'm going to use about a third of a cup of chili powder. And I'm going to say a third of a cup of chili powder is going to be about 4 of these regular cereal spoons. And I have a container that I've had some spices in, and I saved these because this is a great thing to use. So I'm going to put 4, let's see, let's do it this way. I don't want to make too much of a mess. I don't want to miss out on any of this good stuff. So we're going to put 4 heaping cereal spoons. Alrighty. And then we're going to use garlic powder, and I'm going to add about a half of a cereal spoon. This is technical, y'all. It is. So I'm going to use about, does that look like about half a teaspoon or so garlic powder, and we're going to do the same thing on onion powder. Now you can change all these, y'all. Recipes are basically just a jumping off point. It doesn't have to be exact unless you're baking, and you know most times that has to be exact. Okay, on cayenne, Mr. Myron says a fourth of a, let's say 1 teaspoon of cayenne. So I'm going to use about just a scotch, because we don't care for it real hot. I don't want to set my mouth on fire. And that's going to be plenty. You do you. And then instead of using real sugar, I'm going to use monk fruit. And Mr. Myron, whenever he made his, he used 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to use 1. I'm going to get a clean spoon out just in case that has some spices on it, because that would not be good in my iced tea, would it? Not even a little bit. So I'm going to get about that much monk fruit. Now you could use your favorite. You could use a Splenda. See, I need to put a little salt in it. You could use your Splenda sugar. You could use whatever sugar you like. And if you're diabetic, you know which sugar you can use. Let's see, I'm just going to eyeball this a tiny little bit. I'm going to have to open that a little bit more. Hang on a minute, y'all. Now this is Redmond's real salt. It has minerals, and it's got all kinds of good stuff in it for you. So I'm just going to add maybe a dash. And this will be plenty for that 1 rack of baby back ribs I'm going to do. So how easy was that? Okay, I'm going to get this cleaned up, and I'm going to get my ribs out, and we'll get to getting on that. So see you back in just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to deal with this rack of baby back ribs, and I'm going to take off my ring, and my hands are clean. Now you do not have to remove the membrane if you don't want to, but I like to because I like a challenge. I guess that's the only reason. But you can use a paper towel. Let me get another one so I can not touch it yet. You can take a paper towel and get a hold of that membrane, and it should just pull off. Now, I've got every weapon known to man over here, so I'm going to try to get it started with a little sharp knife here. And we'll see if we can get it this time. Now, a lot of people don't do this, and you don't have to. And I'm probably not going to do a good job this time. But, you know, it's kind of like when you take your car to get fixed and it doesn't act up. Or the kids always behave whenever. Well, I got to get my hands in here, y'all. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. Let me get underneath there. You know, that's about the way it always goes. I meant to do this for Labor Day, and it just, you ever had one of those weekends? Sometimes you wonder why those weekends, that time, I don't know, y'all. I'm not going to complain, because you know what we decided? We can do all things without grumbling, can't we? Yes, we can. Most of the time, anyway. Alrighty, now we're cooking with butter. But anyway, I was going to tell y'all, if you're a praying person, my really good friend Nan from Farm Cooking with Nan had her knee replaced today, and I have not heard from her. I talked to her yesterday on the phone, and she was in good spirits and excited to get it done. So anyway, just pray for Nan and a good outcome and a good response at physical therapy. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Get her back up on her feet again. She'd be cooking us some kind of good looking food. Yummo, I wish if we lived closer together, we'd never get any work done. We'd be at each other's house all the time. Alrighty, I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna wash my hands. You hang on, I'll be right back. Y'all, whistle while you work. I'll listen to you. All right, there we go. Really don't like using paper towels all the time, but y'all, there's some times that you just can't help it. It's just better, safety first, as they say. Now, a lot of people recommend to rub your Boston butt ribs, whatever you're cooking, brisket down with mustard. I can't get past that mustard flavor, and I like mustard. So, we just went to the other end of the condiment refrigerator thing there, and I got some Duke's mayonnaise out. So we're going to try mayonnaise. And you know, you're frying chicken, and I'm going to use this hand for my icky hand. When you're frying chicken, you can coat it in mayonnaise, and I've not ever done that. I try to stay away from as much fried chicken as I can. Okay, now let's see. I'm hoping that that's all I'm going to use because I just got this one spoon out. Okay, hang on a minute. You know, I ain't cooking if I ain't getting everything in the kitchen dirty, but that was that flat spoon, and it is my preferred weapon of choice in the kitchen. And that's too much mayonnaise. I can't believe a Southern woman just said that was too much mayonnaise. But it's going to be fun. We're experimenting, aren't we? We're going to learn together and see what we think about it. But June 18th or 19th of not 2020, what is this year? 22. Okay, June the 18th or 19th of 21, we made those flat spoons together. And y'all have just said that you loved them, and so all the flea markets are running out of those little the spoon that does the best is the teaspoon, and the more silver content it has, the better it'll flatten. And really, flea markets are the best place to buy those. Now we have our sprinkle mix that we made earlier, and I did wrap a paper towel around the bottle, and I tied it with some twine because I was out of tape. And that way I wouldn't accidentally contaminate it and then touch something else. Okay, we are making a big old mess. Like, Kimmy, what in the Sam Hill are you doing over there? You're making a mess. Well, it is what it is. And it's going to be fine, y'all. It's going to be fine. We're going to turn her over. Now, I did open this package over the sink because there is some juice that'll come out of it. And I didn't want to make a mess over here. And I wiped it off really well. Dried it. And of course, you don't have to use a binding agent on this if you don't want to. I've done it plenty and not used anything. I've used olive oil. I've used coconut oil. You don't have to do that, but we're trying it. So I'm going to take the rest of this because let's see how much is in there. A couple tablespoons. This doesn't have an anti-caking element to it, and so this is pretty much a one and done right here. So I'm just going to use pretty much all the rest of it on this. Now at this point, this I have done a lot. I'm not doing it today, but one thing I've done a lot is I'll take it at this point and I'll wrap it in tinfoil and put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then the next day pull it out and put it out on the grill. If I'm going to start early in the morning, because I've cut out 15-20 minutes, if you're doing several. So you can prep this ahead of time at night and just put it in the refrigerator and it's be fine. So I'm just going to let this sit here, and I'm going to go turn my grill on 225, and I'm using apple pellets. That is my very, very favorite pellets. And we're going to do the 3, 2, 1 method this time. We're going to smoke it for 3 hours. I'm going to wrap it in peach paper, which is not peaches like apples, peaches, pumpkin pie. Y'all sing that song while I'm doing something else. And then I'm going to wrap it in peach paper, and I'll show that to you, for 2 hours. And then I will take it off and then put some barbecue sauce on it and smoke it for another hour. So it does take a long time, but y'all, it's so good when you do that. And I'm going to put some other things out on the grill because I don't, waste not, want not. I've got a dessert I'm going to pop out there. I've got a cream cheese that I'm going to surround with some peppers and put that out there to make a nice little dip. So I'm going to run outside and get my pellet grill going, and I'll see y'all back when it's time to put it on the fire. Okay, y'all, I've got this, the Pit Boss is at 225, and I've got our cream cheese and peppers over here, and I'm just going to put our ribs just right over here in the middle, and then I'm going to open this every 35 to 45 minutes and give it a spritz of some apple juice. And I'm going to wash that up, so I'll get a spritz of some apple juice and water, and that'll keep it moist. So I'll see y'all back the first time we do that. We won't do every time, but we'll do the first one. So see you back in a little bit. Okay, this is going to be our first spritzing, and I'm going to do it real fast here. Of course I am. So I'm going to give it a little spritz right there, and that'll keep it good and moist. Okay, y'all, we moved to the dining room because the sun shines in the kitchen, and it's going to be okay. So sorry about my head being cut off, but I can't get no closer. It is what it is. So I've got some peach paper, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I have our ribs. They were on 3 hours, and I turned them over I spritzed them every 35 minutes. So I have some local honey and some butter. Down, I put this meat side down. And so I've got that on the bottom of that. I'm going to move this, move you. I'm going to take this peach paper, fold it over the top, and then I'm going to just wrap it up for a little nighty night. So I'm just going to fold it, and you could use aluminum foil. I'm sorry this is noisy. Hang on, let me do this. I'll be right back. Okay, there it is. I'm going to put this back on. Hey y'all, I'm going to put this back on the grill for 2 hours, and then we'll take it off and we'll unwrap it for about 30-45 minutes. It could be 8 right now, but it just gives it something whenever you put it back out there. So when we come back, I'll talk about that peach paper. I want to go ahead and get this back out there because it's getting close to supper time. So I'll see y'all back when this is ready to eat. Okay, y'all, I've just unwrapped them from the peach paper. The sun's coming through the window. It's not going to let me really film this like I want to, but I've turned it over, so now this is meat side up, and I'm going to take it back out and put it on the grill and let it cook until the top gets a little bit drier. I don't know if that's the right terminology for it, but anyway, we're going to get to eating this bad boy here in just a little bit, so see you then. Well, y'all, this is done. And I may throw my phone out the window because I thought I had hit record, and I did all of this, and I had not hit record. I'm gonna tell you, I did not use apple juice when I was spritzing it. I had a big thing of apple juice, and I needed about that much. So I put about a cup of water in a water spritzer bottle, and I put about 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And I opened it up real quick and spritzed it every 35 minutes. I cooked it for 3 hours. I wrapped it up in the peach paper. I cooked it for about an hour and a half. Now, y'all, it's got the consistency of a good wrapping paper, but look at that. I'll take a good picture of this and attach it to the end. Now, you can pick these up, of course, you can order it from Amazon, but you can get it in some of your local, like Academy Sports and places. But this makes great wrapping paper if you have someone that you're going to give a grilling whatever kind of tools to. You can wrap that up in this. It's super duper cute. But I had cut these ribs in that other video and took a bite, and y'all missed all the oohing and ahhing, but Y'all, I'm telling you, these are so good. Wonderful. And made a slaw. I'll include that also. And I just put it in here. It's just he and I. I'm not getting all fancy schmancy. I stored it in a Ziploc. Easy peasy. We're fixing to eat them up. Yum, yum. Are you hungry?
Yes.
You want some ribs?
Yes.
All righty. Bye, y'all. We're going to eat supper.